everyone, so I hope you're all well. Today is the end of November and I can't quite believe where November's gone. I can't believe where the whole year has gone. It's going to be December on Monday, that's just a little bit scary. But today I'm talking about my November favourites and I've got my Christmas lights out in the background, so we're getting very festive on here today. So to start off, I've been really into metallic nail polishes this month, and I was never a metallic person. I thought they weren't very flattering on anyone, they didn't look very nice when it came to any metallic nail polish pretty much. But I found one shade at the beginning of the month and then it's just kind of snowballed from there, and I've really been enjoying wearing them. So this first shade I was actually wearing in my last favourites video, and I had so many comments about it, people saying that it looked really nice and that they really wanted to know what it was. By the way, I do always link everything in the description bar, so if you're ever wondering what I'm wearing on my nails, on my face, any clothes, anything like that at all, it's always down there. So this is Barry's Arabian. This is from their Aqua collection, their Aquarium collection, and it is pretty much mermaid nails. That's how a lot of you actually described it. It's a really pretty bluey sea green, but it's got this kind of hint of yellow in it, almost like a yellowy gold. So it's very duochrome, it changes in the light. It's just a really beautiful shade. And I found the trick with metallic nail polishes to really make sure you've got a nice smooth base. So using something like Essie's Fill the Gap beforehand works really well for my nails because they are quite ridged. So I like to paint that on first, and it just gives a really smooth, even base to work on. So the Barry one's been one of my favourites. So then I also picked up a couple from Essie, and I really searched around for these because I found the diffusion line that they have in Boots and Superdrug didn't have too many metallic shades at all. So the ones that I got were actually from TK Maxx, and you can always find amazing deals in TK Maxx. They always have tons of Essie polishes and just amazing other brands as well, but I think I got these for about £3 each, which is better than half price, so definitely a really good deal. And the first one is for the Twill of it, which I think was from one of the collections a couple of months ago. I think it may have been the autumn collection last year, but you can still get hold of it online. This is such a pretty shade and it probably won't come out at all on camera, but it's basically a grey tone, a metallic grey tone with a pink and blue and purple undertone. It almost reminds me slightly of MAC's Club eyeshadow, but in nail polish form. I'm actually wearing this one today on my nails, and I just think it's a really lovely autumn shade. I've also got a little bit of glitter on my ring finger, but it's a really pretty colour. And then I also got Blue Rhapsody, which is just a stunning icy blue shade, and again something that I never would have picked up, but I was actually searching for swatches of these online and it just looked so pretty. I think again it's a really lovely wintry shade to wear, and it looks really pretty with lots of sort of silver jewellery on as well. So onto makeup, and quite a few of the bits that I have here were featured in my autumn beauty haul, so I'll go through them quite quickly so you don't have to sit through that again. But the first two have just been probably my favourites of everything this month. I am just obsessed with them, and they are the Maybelline Colour Drama lipsticks, and I mentioned that these are very similar to the NARS Velvet Matte lipsticks. They're almost an identical dupe, although I think these ones are better, and they're only £4.99 as opposed to the NARS £18, so definitely a good deal with these. I haven't been wearing a bold lip too much this month, but when I have, I've just been reaching for these straight away. It's really rare to find a lipstick that you know you can just trust to put on in the morning and then not have to worry about it smudging or getting all over your face or fading away or bleeding. These just do none of that. Once they're on, but they feel so comfortable at the same time. They're very moisturising and yet they still look matte. They're just an amazing formula, and I'm just so impressed with them. I did try one of the paler ones because I thought I'd pick up a few more, and that one I wasn't as impressed with. It was the pale pink, I'm not sure what the name was, but it just didn't seem as pigmented, so maybe it's just the darker colours that are the best, so I definitely want to get the brighter pink as well. But these are the shades Fab Orange, which is an amazing dupe for NARS Red Square, which you sure know is my favourite red ever, and then Red Essential, which is probably the one that I've been wearing the most. It's kind of a burgundy deep kind of berry shade, although it is quite reddy toned. Similar as well to NARS Cruella, which is another shade I absolutely love. And then the other thing that I mentioned in the haul video as well is this sheer eyeshadow from Burberry. This is in the shade Pale Barley, and I am just in love with this. I can't stop wearing it. I think since I bought it in October, it was the end of October, I've worn it every single day. Every day that I've been wearing makeup, I've been wearing this, and I just can't get enough of it. I don't want to wear anything else but this, and it's just a really perfect kind of taupey brown, slightly cool tone shade with a little bit of shimmer. It's not completely metallic, but it has a slight bit of shimmer that brightens up your eyes, which is really nice. This is definitely one of those eyeshadows that you can get away with wearing completely on its own, just as a kind of one wash wonder all over the lids, and it just looks so pretty. I've been just obsessed with this at the moment, and I did think when I bought it that I may not be investing my money too wisely, because it was, I think, around £22, so definitely very expensive for an eyeshadow, but from the amount that I've used it already, I can tell this is going to going to be a really good investment, so I'm so glad I picked this up. So I have a couple of face products here to show you as well, and the first one is NARS Laguna. Good old NARS Laguna. I have had such the love-hate relationship with this. I've had it for a really long time, and I kind of like it sometimes and then use it for ages and then see it on myself and just really hate it again. It's a very complicated thing. It's probably been in a few favourites videos in the past, but at the moment I'm really back into using it, and I think the key is probably when I have a bit more colour in my skin it tends to work. When I'm really pale and I have no colour at all, this just doesn't really look right. It's not the right undertone for me. Because I've been going for a bit more of a bronze look though this month, I think it's worked really well. So I basically just take a really big fluffy brush and just dust it everywhere. I don't really tend to kind of contour with it because I find it doesn't work too well for that, but just used all over as a bronzer. It's actually really pretty, so as much as I've loved and then hated it, I have been really enjoying it this month. And then the next one is a budget favourite that I've been really impressed with this month, and this is Soap & Glory's One Heck of a Blot. This is their super translucent mattifying powder. Can you believe that I'm featuring a powder in my favourites? If you told me this time last year that I'd be into powder, I probably wouldn't have believed you. So this is just a really finely milled translucent powder. It's actually incredibly finely milled. It feels so smooth and so soft. It almost feels creamy because it is so thin. I'm definitely not embracing the matte look. I still like to have nice dewy looking skin, but I think in autumn and winter when you're wearing a lot of layers and scarves and things and you're kind of pulling jumpers off and putting them on again, your foundation doesn't last quite as well. So because of that, I think this has been a really important product in my makeup routine this month, and I really like it. And I think Soap & Glory in general as a brand, as a makeup brand, just do amazing products. Their bronzer's really great, their lip products, their brow pencil that I absolutely love as well. It's just a really great all-round brand. So when it comes to skincare, I've really been sticking with the same routine for a long time, and I haven't really been trying out many new things, but there was one product that I've been using quite a lot this month, and this is the Kiehl's Creamy Eye Treatment with Avocado. So I've had this for a while and I do use it on and off every now and then, but this month I've just been using it non-stop, day and night, because my skin has just been so dehydrated and dry feeling, and I'm putting it down to the cold weather because it's never usually like this. It's usually quite oily, so the complete opposite. This is kind of a funny one because it's a very thick, rich cream, but when you start to press it in or massage it into your eyes, it just goes very liquidy and it almost feels like water, so it's a bit of a strange one to apply, but it does really work at protecting the area under there and really just reinforcing the skin and keeping it very hydrated. I find the best way to use this is just to rub it between my fingers first and then really work on pressing it into my skin. So it does take a little bit longer to apply than, you know, just a normal eye cream that you can put on in a second, but I think it's worth it because you do feel like your eyes are much more protected and hydrated with this. So sticking with the theme of hydration, I've been really into using body lotions and body butters, and this has been my absolute favourite this month. This is the Body Shop's Glazed Apple, I think. It doesn't actually say on here. Oh yeah, Glazed Apple body butter, and this stuff smells incredible. So this is the scent that the Body Shop have brought out for Christmas, and fingers crossed, I hope it's not limited edition because I want to keep on buying this forever. When I first smelled it, I wasn't that amazed by it. It just smells like very fresh, very sweet apples, almost like a Granny Smith apple. But once you put this on your body and it kind of warms up, it's just incredible. The smell just stays with you for so long, and it is a really heavily scented body lotion, so it's probably got quite a lot of fragrance in, but the smell is just incredible. It's very different to the usual autumn winter scents. It's not musky or deep or anything like that at all. It's just very fresh and very kind of uplifting. In terms of how moisturising it is, the Body Shop body butters, that's really hard to say. They are really rich and really lovely. They feel really moisturising, and yet they still sink in quite well, so they don't leave your skin too sticky. This is one of those body lotions that you put on and then you can leave the room and come back a few hours later and it still smells amazing. You can still smell it in the room, and I love that. So I think I'm going to be picking up a lot of the products from this range. I really want to try the shower gel and maybe the room spray as well. They have a room spray, that sounds quite interesting. So my very last favourite is a dry shampoo, and I feel as if I talk about a new dry shampoo in every single favourites video, but this one now I think I'm done. I found the perfect one for me. This is all I'm going to be buying from now on. It's amazing, and this is Ruth Crilly's COLAB dry shampoo. So when these first came out, I picked up the mini one and I got the shade, the fragrance New York, which is a really fruity one, and they do have an amazing range of fragrances, so there's definitely going to be something for everyone. This one I liked in particular because I like my hair to smell quite fresh, like it's just been washed, and I prefer the kind of lighter fruity fragrances to the deeper, more perfumey ones. ones. So this is designed to be a very sheer and invisible formula, and I think it's quite hard to find a dry shampoo that promises that, because they're either invisible but they don't do anything at all for your hair, it's just like spraying in nothing, or they have a slight grey cast to them usually. But this I think works really well. If you do spray a lot of it on, it is going to be noticeable, just a slight bit, but I think using just a normal amount you can't see it at all in your hair, especially once you've kind of worked it in and brushed it out. The thing that impressed me most about this though is how well it cleans your hair. It feels really fresh, like it's just been washed, and really lightweight as well, and that's kind of rare to find, because usually with a dry shampoo, for it to work on me especially, it has to be quite thick and gritty, and it always ends up leaving a very kind of funny texture in your hair, kind of like a Batiste one, where you know that it's in there, whereas this you can't feel it at all. Once you've sort of brushed it through, it just feels like you've washed your hair. It's amazing. So I did go and buy the big one in the end because I really like this. And those are all my favourites this month. I hope you enjoyed watching that. Let me know if any of those are your favourites as well. And there will be another favourites video this year. So I haven't done one in the past. I don't think. I've usually just skipped it. But I will be doing December favourites as well. So you have that to look forward to. And then at the beginning of next year, I think on the 1st of January, which is a Wednesday, don't quote me on that, and on Sunday, I'll be having the best of 2014. So the big one, the long-winded, rambly video that's talking about every single product that I love, will be out then. So thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all soon.